talk about. Just shit like that, right there. Shit like that. And how you
Try
just
to start
walk
shit.
away. That's the icing on the cake. How you just walk away.
Try to start shit.
Take the high road, Marshentime. Take the
Exactly.
high
That's what I
road.
do. I take the high road and I walk away.
That's my dude right there,
Fuck you
man.
guys. Alright, going live on Facebook.
Facebook.
YouTube's
Get
already
there.
up and running like always. YouTube's nice and quick, man. I like YouTube.
You know,
It's good and quick.
it's hard to be like YouTube these days. You know what I mean?
Yeah, All right, now we're live on Facebook. We're ready to rock and roll.
That was
Donnie
quick.
Mac, you know what to do? It's time to start the best sports podcast around. It's 863 Sports Buzz. I am Marshentime. My partner over there, Donnie Mac. We're on air, buddy. We're live. We're here again. Listen, we missed last week. We had some issues. Come up, We got some extra time. We're gonna have some fun, Donnie Mac. But you know what? All I gotta say is, Week 1 NFL football, I took the lead 1-0 on you now right now. So I just want to point out. All
You
I gotta
did.
say.
You did. You
All
did,
right.
and not by a very large margin. I
Just
shall
one
point
game.
out.
Just one game.
Yeah,
It's okay.
I'm gonna point that out first of
We
all.
had we had three different games, and I got two, you got one. I mean that's it
You
was
know,
fair.
March
It
time,
was
it
your
works
win.
like that. It works
You
like
know,
that. You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Well,
And
my
that's
lead will
why
continue to build, Donnie Mac. So it's okay,
and
buddy.
that's why there is 18 weeks in a season, right there, my friend. That is exactly why they
Well,
make
you better
18
hope so,
weeks in
because
a
your
season.
fantasy football team needs all 18 weeks.
I tell you what, March time, man, it's been hard going for me with quarterbacks, and that's really what
Mm.
sunk my ship. It really has been with Joe Burrow. And let's talk about this right now because there's a lot of young, or I'm not even going to say young starting, promising
There's a
starting
lot of
quarterbacks.
backup quarterbacks playing this week.
Exactly. There's
A
a lot of
lot of
promising
backup
quarterbacks that
quarterbacks.
went down in weeks 1 through 3, margin
Yep.
time. Let's talk about that right now. You're you're 2-0 in my league. I'm 0-2 in
I
both
am.
of my leagues because I
Oh,
had both of the same quarterbacks and they both.
can't do
I
that.
mean,
Can't
I
be doing that
started
in your
Joe
fantasy
Burrow.
leagues, man. Doesn't work.
Hey, let's look out. Let's put blame where it goes. I've got Joe Burrow in both leagues, and
You
that's where I
do.
was
You
starting him.
do.
And that's what happened to me, Marcia time. So right now for you, you're 2-0. What are you in other leagues? Are you 2-0 also? Or are you 1-1?
I'm
Or are you
I'm
three
two
and
and zero in
zero?
another league. I'm 1-1 in another league. So
So you're
I'm
having
pretty.
success
I'm over
this
50%. 50% in all of them. So
So
we'll keep
you're
it that
having
way.
success thus short in the season, Marshall Time. Any one of our followers that need a little heads up on what the hell to do, Marshall Time, give them a
Mm.
heads up right now. This is all they get for this whole podcast. A little snippet of Martian Time fantasy, guys. If you did not tune in quick, you're missing the tidbit. Martian Time, let them
I'm
have it.
telling you, man. Listen, there's a guy out there I want everybody to look at. Go look at. James Conner right now is been the Arizona Cardinals leading back for the last few years, but not so fast anymore, buddy. There's a backup coming in. He's from my favorite college football team and the Florida State University Seminoles. And guess what? Trey Benson is coming alive. Last game, he played every single third down, and he played the entire 2 minute drill that they had, the 2 minute drive that they did. He's
Yep.
taking over
Game's on the
slowly but
line.
surely from
Game's on the
James
line.
Conner. Listen,
Yes, sir.
James Conner right now is relying on touchdowns. Don't rely on James Conner for very long. If you have him, go and pick up Trey Benson because Trey Benson will be that lead back by the end of the year. I guarantee it.
There you got it, ladies and gentlemen. Marshall Time has spoken. And you know what? Trey Benson, he was not a secret during preseason. He was on the list of a lot of players, a lot of
He
fantasy
was
owners couldn't.
on bigger leagues, but
Exactly. He was there. He's there. He's there. Now Martian Time's telling you he's no longer there. You better grab him. You better grab him because if you don't, you might be sorry in the near future. Martian Time has spoken.
listen, he's
Trey
going to be
Benson,
a
if he's out there, dude,
championship
I'm gonna go
team
grab him,
winning
Martian Time.
player.
Just because
Just
you said
saying
it.
you right now, championship team winner right there.
I need
He's
all the
gonna
help
lead
I
your
can get.
team.
I'm 0-2 all the way around. I'm
Listen, man, I
0-4
know you need all the
altogether.
help you can get. I mean,
I
you
need
got.
all the help I can
Yeah.
get. I
Listen,
need it
buddy.
all.
I'm just saying, man. I even was felt sorry for you, Donnie Mac. I
No,
dropped your guy from
no,
Tampa Bay because I wanted
no.
you to have him. I wanted you to have your guy from Tampa Bay, so I dropped Baker Mayfield for you. So,
Okay, let's
and you
be
went out there
real.
and got him. I was
Let's
proud
be
of you.
real.
I was proud of you.
Let's be real. And you know I would go get him because I'm a Baker
I know
fan.
you did.
And
That's why
I'm
I
just
went
a
and dropped
fan
him.
of football. But Baker is not a fantasy footballer, okay? The reason why you dropped him because Daniel Jones was on the waiver wire, and Daniel Jones has been the fantasy footballer. Do not BS all of us on this podcast, Martian Time. Everybody knows the
Listen,
truth. Do not blow
listen.
smoke at me. Do
Even
not.
before
Do
I picked
not.
up
Do
Daniel
not.
Jones, so hang on here. I even looked at Jeff and I said, I am dropping Baker Mayfield for Don. As soon as I seen Joe Burrow out, I didn't even look at the waiver wire yet because you know
You
what?
know,
I knew you had the bake train
you
because
know,
I'm on the bake train
before
with you, but you
before
got
I
me on the
even
bake
picked
train.
up Baker
So
Mayfield, did you see the first quarterback I picked before him? It was Dak Prescott, and I
I'm
told
sorry.
Jeff also that I was taking him because of his strength of schedule. He's got nothing but fantasy points
That's
ahead of him.
pretty accurate.
That's it. He's got nothing but fantasy points ahead of him right now. He's the number 6 quarterback in fantasy points this season. So I'm taking Dak Prescott in that league, and I'm going to march it to the end. And I'm only taking Baker Mayfield because I like him. I might drop him and go back and get my man Tua. Who knows? It depends on how I feel. I
We
might
all
end the
know you
season.
don't want
I
Tua on your
might
team because we
shit
watched it
me.
again Thursday night. Donnie Mac, he cannot
Listen,
win games. He goes
it's
in
not him.
and he
No.
listen. I don't want to hear it. Hang on.
It's
Wait a
not
minute
on
here.
him.
Wait a minute here.
No.
All right. Whoa.
How about
All
that
right.
defense?
This man.
How about
This
that
man
defense?
had
It's the worst
negative
defense in the league.
0.5 yards per attempt. Negative
And
0.5.
I still got 15 fantasy points from
How do
it.
you have
How
negative?
does that happen?
How do you have negative pass per attempt?
But how do I
yards per
still get
attempt?
15
How do you
fantasy
do that?
points?
How do you do that, Donnie Mac?
How do
Tell me
I
that.
still get
Tell me
15?
that.
How do I still get 15 fantasy points from it?
Just
How
tell
do you
me
do
Donnie
that?
Mac. Just tell me
Okay,
that.
that's the most competitive you've ever been this year. Congratulations, Miami Dolphins, because you guys suck. First of all, and second of all, that's not on Tua. That's because that defense is the worst in the league. Thank you.
Okay, hold up. Wait a minute. This
Most
team
points
has
in the
held
league.
Buffalo Bills,
Most
the
points in the
Buffalo
league.
Bills, the number
Most
one
points
scoring
in the league.
offense this year,
Most
to the
points
least
in the
amount of
league.
points they
I'll
scored
move
all
on.
year.
I'll move on. Most points in the league. That's what you're giving up. I'll move on.
But they held the Buffalo Bills to the lowest amount they've
I'll
given
move
up.
on. You've
The
given up the
lowest
most
amount
points
Buffalo
in
has
the league.
scored, so I don't want to hear
The
your
most
crap on that,
points
Donnie
in the
Mac.
league.
I
Most
don't want to
points
hear
in the
your
league.
crap on that.
Most
Throws
points
another
in the league.
interception to
Most
seal the
points in the
game,
league.
as always. As
Most
always.
points in the league. And the
As
score.
always.
And the score was skewed, by the way.
As the score. What?
At the end of the game, that shit skewed. Straight
How
up.
was it skewed?
That is skewed. That 10-point, no, that's more of a 6-point, 7-point.
I mean, it was a 7-point. It was
Yeah.
7 points. I agree. Okay, but the extra field goal doesn't really count. I'm not counting.
Don't blame your defense on Tua. Point blank. Take that shit to the house. Matter of
If
fact,
Tua doesn't throw the interception, they don't
start
get
at
the
the
extra
top.
field goal.
Start at
Hey, they
the
can
top.
score to tie the
Start
game,
at the
Donnie
top,
Mac.
move
I
on.
wanna hear
You
your
sound
crap.
like a Miami fan, dude. Move on. Start at the top and start at your fucking general manager for the last fucking 25 years. How about that? Move the
Listen,
fuck on.
I don't want to hear none of
It's
your
fried
excuses
fish.
on that because
Fried
we've already
fish.
said that we should get rid
Fried
of them.
fish. Move on. Fried fish.
I'm tired of your Cincinnati Bengals
Fried-
too.
Fried fish. Fried fish.
Fried
Move
fish.
on.
This guy. See, guys. This is Donnie Mac's
You know,
thing here.
you're just fish, not even worthy of grouper or anything good. Just fucking fried fish. Move on.
I mean, you're just
Move on.
You're just stripes on a helmet.
What-
I mean, you're
what
not even a
else you
real
got?
team.
And
You're
there's
just stripes
2
on a
2-0. You're 0-3. Okay, so move on. Move on.
Well,
Move
you
on.
know what, Donnie Mac? Why you say that? That's going to be one of our picks for today because you know what?
And I'm taking
Backup
Cincinnati.
versus backup.
I'm taking Cincinnati. Mark it on the board right now.
Ba-
Don't even mark
I
on. Mark
I
it
ain't
on the
marking
board.
nothing. I ain't
Mark it
marking
on the
nothing
board.
yet.
Cincinnati
'Cause we
by
got-
3.
Hang on. Jake Browning is your quarterback, right? I'm pretty sure that's who is starting for the Cincinnati Bengals.
It doesn't matter. They're 2-0.
I'm asking you a serious question. Is Jake Browning the starting quarterback?
He's going to be a starter this
He's
week.
starting
yeah.
the quarterback. All right. And then you got Carson Wentz in Minnesota
cares?
starting for
Who
J.J.
cares?
McCarthy.
Who cares?
This guy. Donnie Mac, we're trying to get a podcast in here.
Cincinnati's going to win this game.
I'm about to ask a
Who
question
cares?
here about
Nope.
backup quarterbacks.
Nope.
Listen to my conversation.
Nope.
Oh my God, this guy. I'm about
Not listening.
this guy. This guy gives me a headache, guys. I just want you guys to know this. I put up with him every day at work. And now I got to put up with him on this. Donnie Mac. Out of all the backup quarterbacks this week, who do you think is
Well,
going to be the most successful?
there's a half a dozen of them, Martian
That's what
time,
I wanted. That's what I was getting at. But you
and
kept wanting to shut it down.
you know what? No, I don't want to talk about it. And first of all, it is going to be Jake Brown. He's going to have the most yards of any backup quarterback this week, of
Okay,
any
most
of these
yards, but what
backup
about
starts.
most successful? I want the best all-around performance.
He is going to. I mean, all around, it's going to be relative because all of them's going to have to sling the ball. They're all going to be playing from behind. They're all going to have to sling the ball. It's going to be relative. I mean, you might as well click. I
Well,
mean,
I mean, what about the 49ers, though? Because Drake May's starting again. Or not Drake May.
Mac Jones. Yeah,
Mac Jones.
we
The other
understand.
New England old Patriot. You know that
We
guy.
we understand March time, but he started last week.
He
It's no
did.
surprise. Defense knows what's coming. He does have no advantage at all. These other guys, they do. Okay, and let's run it down. You've got Tyrod Taylor for the
Yep.
New York Jets. He's one of them. Jake
Yep.
Browning. Of course, you said Carson Wentz for
Carson Wentz.
Minnesota. I know
we
there's a
just
couple more. Martian time. Help me out here.
we
There's a
just brought in
couple more.
God, Mac Jones is starting.
Yeah,
Um, and then I don't know about Jaden Daniels. We're not sure about him. They're
we're
kind of
not sure
questioning
about
him.
that one.
We're very
Exactly.
questioning on that one. I'm kind of worried about him because they said, well, how he's playing, it's not looking good for him to play. I think the Packers are good. I think the Rams are good. Denver's good. Detroit's good. I think there's the only really main ones that are out this week. But still,
I,
four starting quarterbacks in the NFL, possibly five. That's kind of crazy.
I seem to think there's another one. I don't know, but I'm not 100% sure. I seem to think there's another one that I'm missing.
Could be.
But to be honest with you, I mean, most productive. It's going to be relative to the game situation, marching on. To be honest with you, and that goes for anything and any quarterback. I mean, there's no predicting a backup quarterback and
Oh,
how
Marcus
productive.
Mariota. That's who. Yeah, they're talking about Marcus Mariota starting for Washington.
Mm.
So I think he is starting the way they're talking about it.
That wasn't the one I was thinking about. There was another one. I
Let's
don't know.
see.
I'll move on. And I'll stop racking my brain on that. Hey, and it wasn't really
Yeah, that's
obviously
five.
it wasn't important. Couldn't have been. Eh,
Yeah, Jaden Daniels has officially been ruled out, so Marcus Mariota will start for the
Okay.
Washington Redskins or
So
Washington Commanders.
well, that's a big deal though, Martian time. You bringing that up, that's a big deal. I mean, Mariota. When's he seen action last? 2023. I mean, it's been a
Yeah,
long
probably for
time.
the Raiders.
I think so. It's been a
Yeah,
long time since he's seen any action. That's actually intriguing that he's actually there. And maybe this is starting a trend. A sophomore year for Jaden McDaniels. Who knows?
yeah. I mean, listen. I mean, I'm kind of excited to see all these guys because I mean, most of these guys were starting quarterbacks for a while. I mean, Carson Wentz was a Super Bowl winning quarterback.
He
Tyrod
was
Taylor, I mean, took the Buffalo Bills for a couple games. I mean, he started for so many different teams. Marcus Mariota started for different teams. He
Baltimore.
was what the number two overall draft pick in the 1 year out of Oregon.
Yep.
And
The
then you got Mac
Tennessee
Jones, who was a top 10 pick for New England.
or New
I mean,
England.
these
Yeah.
are all guys that are getting like their starts again for new teams.
I
Do
mean,
you see any one of them making a statement saying, "Hey, maybe I should be a starter somewhere"?
if anybody does it, I think it's going to be Carson Wentz. Look at the offense he's in,
Ooh, okay.
right?
Yeah, I mean, he
Kevin
does have pretty good
O'Connell.
guys.
Kevin O'Connell. If
Yeah,
if if they can do it with Sam Darnold, they can do it with J.J. McCarthy because he looked like a bro. Can they do it? I mean, Kevin O'Connell can do it with Carson Wentz. Come on, he's already won a
yeah,
Super
sure.
Bowl. He's proved that he could. I mean, they. You know what? You might bring up a big point right there, Mark. Minnesota might put up some big points against Cincinnati this week.
Yeah, I think it's going to be interesting because let's be honest, Carson Wentz can't throw the ball. I mean, we've seen him throw the ball
Yo,
deep,
we've seen him
and
do
they
it,
got Justin Jefferson.
and this is
I
Kevin
mean,
O'Connell offense. This
exactly.
is
I'm kind of
this
excited.
is.
I'm
I
excited
mean,
to watch the Cincinnati Minnesota game. I mean, I know it kind of sounds weird, but I'm excited to watch this game.
even Stephen Browning threw for 300 yards after Joe Burrow left last week.
Yep,
He
he
did
did.
throw three interceptions, but he threw 300 yards and he got him the win. I mean, you plug in a Carson Wentz and a Kevin O'Connell offense with the Justin Jefferson, and you got a
Hmm.
Mason, and these guys around him, I like it. I
I'm
like it. This
excited.
could
I'm
get
excited to see it,
interesting.
man.
You're
I'm
right.
excited to see
This
it. Well,
this could get interesting. I don't know if it's a 1 or 4 o'clock game, but I'm taking Cincinnati.
yeah, I figured you would, but that's okay, buddy. You know, what do you think about Mac Jones, though, last week? I mean, he came in, he played pretty well for the 49ers. You know, it
He
seems
was
like every quarterback the 49ers stick in does pretty good.
well.
Is that a
One of the
system?
reasons why. Well, no, it's a 3 word answer or a 3 letter answer, and that's CMC. He makes any quarterback look good. He had 33 touches last week, Marshentime.
He did.
I've got him in one of my fantasy leagues, my other fantasy league, and my man's got fantasy points out the yin yang. He's
Yeah,
getting all the touches he wants, and when you got a guy like that behind you, it makes it a lot easier. Takes a lot of pressure off you at quarterback. You know
of
that, and
course.
I don't have to tell you that, but that's kind of what's going on right there. CMC's taking a little bit of that pressure off of that quarterback, that new young quarterback. He's finding Ricky Pearsall, which is a good addition. It's a good thing you got a young, healthy wide receiver in his second year, ready to go with the motor like a freight train. You know what I mean? So that's a good deal that you got CMC healthy, 100% healthy. That's the best thing they got going on. 3 word answer, CMC.
I mean, 3 letter answer more than anything.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I mean, but Mac Jones did impress me. I mean, he had very good composure in the pocket. He looked very good when he threw the ball. But you're right. I mean, CMC makes everybody look better because when he's on the field, man, it's something special. I'm telling you, this guy is just
Yeah.
a special player, and I hope he stays healthy for the rest of the year because when he's on the field, it's just so much better. It makes yeah, I think it makes the NFL better, honestly.
Getting everybody healthy around him is going to be the key.
True.
Getting that shoulder healed up for Brock Purdy, the whole 9 yards. Brandon Ayuk, getting him healthy, getting him back on the field. George Kittle, that's a big deal. That was a big blow early on in the
True.
year for the 49ers. He was healthy. He was looking good through the first couple of weeks, and bam, a big blow for the 49ers. Once again, CMC's got to stay healthy. The workload's going to pile up for him, so hopefully some help can get back quick.
Yeah, I mean, listen, CMC is just that guy who we talked about 2 years ago when we had him in our fantasy league, and my man just put up. I mean, he was unstoppable. You know, I mean, there's not very many running backs that you can put
No,
in unstoppable range. You got
no,
him, you got Saquon, and you got Derrick Henry.
that's about
I
it.
think I think that's it. I mean, and
That's
Derrick
it.
Henry's a different kind of unstoppable. That man, you just
Everybody,
don't want to tackle. Like you just don't want to
everybody
tackle him.
else is stoppable. Point blank.
Yeah, I mean, I really do. I think those three are just a different animal. I mean, they really are. I mean, there's a couple of people that are kind of getting there, and I think are close to it, like Jameer Gibbs, like
Right.
Etienne. I think they're really good,
Yeah.
but they're not in that unstoppable like Saquon, like CMC, and like Derrick Henry. Those three, man, I would never want to face on the field 1-on-1.
Marshalltown. I don't want to face any of them one on one on the field in my
Listen,
condition.
man, I'm just saying.
I'm sorry,
If
man.
I look across and I'm seeing Derrick Henry run at me, I'm running the other way. I'm running like I'm like hoping I'm not going to lead block for him. I'll
Dude,
do whatever he needs me
my
to do.
my back already hurts, man. My back already hurts.
Oh man, we got quarterbacks. We running backs. What about some receivers that have really shown off this year, Donnie Mac? You have kind of thought, wow, they kind of came out of nowhere.
Well, not really come out of nowhere, but freak and CD Lamb. This guy has
Mm.
been an absolute baller, and he didn't come out of nowhere, but he just picked
Oh,
up,
it's
and
just
he
seeding.
just
Like
did
let's be
not let
honest.
he. I mean, it's one of those guys that's like, I mean, I'm flabbergasted. It's like, oh
Yeah,
my god, man! This,
he's
I
good.
mean, Jesus, I didn't know he was that good, Martian time. I really didn't.
Listen, man. I
That's a
think if
guy that
CD had a better quarterback, I
he's
like
blown
Dak,
my
but
mind.
I think if CD had a better team all around him, whew, I think that man would be unstoppable. I really, truly do. I mean, he is insane. But another one I wanted to talk about was Debo, man. Debo with the
Oh,
resurgence.
Debo, yeah.
I mean, he's coming back, man. I mean, he's had a touchdown both games, 7 receptions in both games. What? I mean, everybody thought Debo was washed up, man. Everybody thought it. I mean, I thought it. I thought Debo was just going to go over there and be like a complete, bust.
He's
But
been a
man, he's
hell of a
proving me
fill-in.
wrong.
Yeah, he's been a hell of a fill-in and slot guy. He's getting 9 targets a game, 10 targets a
Mm-hmm.
game over there. That's a big deal. When somebody knows what you're worth and starts giving you those targets, and that's why Debo wanted to leave. And another thing, and it's not so much as a receiver, but we've seen him Thursday night. We talked about this: the Dolphins and the Buffalo Bills. Dalton Kincaid. Dalton Kincaid has been stepping up every game for the
Yes,
Buffalo
he
Bills.
has.
Man, I'm
And
proud
he
of my
should have had
man.
2 touchdowns. He should have had
Eh,
2 touchdowns on Thursday
Yes,
night.
he should have, and he's finally stepping up in his second, known season that he should be breaking out. And I had high expectations this year.
He did.
I had him high last year, and finally this year he is starting the production. And not only that, Keon Coleman for the Buffalo Bills is starting a little bit of production better too. That's good.
Yeah, you just wanted to throw that name out there, but it's okay, buddy.
It
But listen,
is.
no,
It is.
I think
It
Dalton
is.
Kincaid is finally taking over.
He's taking
Dawson
that
Knox
step.
has been there so long for Buffalo. I think he kind of had Josh Allen's, eye for a while. But I think Dalton Kincaid is finally, showing up, and Josh Allen's finally like, oh man, you're pretty good. I'm going to keep throwing you the ball now.
Duke can
He's
catch,
caught his
man.
eye. Oh,
Duke can catch.
I 100% agree.
Duke can catch, and not only that, he can block. But I mean, no taking away from Knox, man. This guy still makes catches. He made a catch 2 weeks ago, and I told you about it. He
Mm-hmm.
made a catch 2 weeks ago, and I was like, man, how in the heck did this guy catch? I said, who was that? And you said, it was Knox, man. And the guy's got sticky fingers, man. He's got sticky fingers.
He's
Knox
been
is
in the league
still
for a
catch.
long time, man.
He can still catch, bro.
Yeah, no, I love Dawson Knox, and he's been there for so long in Buffalo, and he's been so consistent for, I think, all of Josh Allen's career, honestly. And
Hmm.
I think it's been really good, While we're bringing in tight ends, you got to bring in some of the other guys, like Tucker Kraft, man. Oh,
He's
my.
been balling, man.
You
He's been
talk about a
absolutely
game.
balling. Yeah.
Whoo! Man, that was insane last week.
Not so much your guys like Sam Laporta and these guys but Tucker Kraft, Dalton
Mm-hmm.
Kincaid, no Mark Andrews, no Travis Kelsey,
Nope.
but
Nope.
these guys, Tyler Warren for the
Yep.
Indianapolis Colts. That's been another one, man. Marshentime. Wrap your mind around these tight ends in this league right now. It's been a complete flip flop from the stars we know. T.J. Hawkinson has been near irrelevant throughout
He
the
has.
first part of the season. I
Which
mean,
kind of surprises me. I really thought Hawk would
it
get
does.
more from the rookie. But see, the problem is J.J. McCarthy has not really impressed me.
Right.
Watching his game, he has not impressed me.
That's a
He's
little
made a couple
different.
great throws, but then it seems not to get through to him. Like, he doesn't read the defenses as well as he did in college. And maybe because, it's the NFL now. Let's be honest, this is his rookie season. He didn't play it all last year. This is his
He
true
doesn't.
rookie season. He's a rookie quarterback. I know people say he's not eligible for the rookie of the year. This is rookie year. We're not playing the
And,
last year.
and that's one way I like the NBA too, because if this is the NBA, he'd be eligible for rookie of the
100%
year.
he would have been. Yep. Now they said
So
he was eligible for the comeback player of the year. Come on. Come
give me a
on now.
break.
How
Yeah,
can you
give
be
me
the
a
comeback
break.
player of the year when we don't even know what you could do?
We did.
I'm sorry. That frustrates me.
You're right, Marshall. You're right, and you know what? And I'll back you up by saying that there. And I'm not comparing apple to oranges because NBA and NFL are two totally different entities. And the way they do things, I love a lot of the things the NFL does. I hate a lot of the things the NBA does. So, we'll you know that, but we'll start with that one. One thing I'll say right now is the best quarterback in the league looks like it's Daniel Jones. Marshall time.
It does.
What what in the hell is going on in Indianapolis? And who can explain this? Because this is not a track record that Indianapolis has. That all of a sudden just start slinging the ball and scoring these points and playing this defense. And Taylor's running the football like he is. He already looks like he's about to have a 2,000-yard season. What the hell is going on in Indianapolis? Can anybody explain this? Why cannot
Dude, listen.
anybody explain this?
I thought the first game was just, it was just the Dolphins were that bad. I
I
really,
thought it was
truly
a
thought the
fluke.
Dolphins defense was absolutely abysmal. But then they come up against the best defense from last year and do
In
the
the league.
same exact thing. And
In the
I was
league.
like, my mind was blown, man. I'm like, oh my God, maybe Indianapolis is for real. I gotta
Do
change
we
my
expect
pick,
that?
dude. I'm
Do
taking
we
Indianapolis
expect
to
that?
win the South. I'm taking them to
Yeah.
win the South. I'm doing it. I'm 100% doing it. I'm on
After
the
two
bandwagon.
games, you're already on the wagon.
I'm on Danny
You're on
Dimes,
the
man.
Danny
I'm on the
Dimes.
bandwagon. I'm in.
You're on the
Let's
Danny
go. Let's
Dimes
roll.
wagon, man.
Let's
You know
roll,
how hard we trashed this guy in the offseason?
dude.
You know
I'm
how
telling you, but
you know
I'm
how
going with him.
dude,
I'm with
we
it. Let's
trashed
go.
this guy. We trashed this guy so hard in the offseason, Marshentime. You know that, right?
We do.
You do realize we trashed this guy so hard. And mainly you. And now you're the first one on his bandwagon.
Listen, man.
And
I will admit when I am wrong, and I will do that.
yeah,
I
this
am
is
all on
crazy.
his bandwagon. I'm admitting it. Like
Crazy,
right
bro.
now,
It is
he has
absolutely
proven me wrong.
nuts.
I will
Nuts.
take it as a man, and I will say, Daniel Jones, you have proven me wrong. And listen, you know, I mean, oh, what did I just do? I messed up something here. What happened here?
Way to go, Marshentime.
Yeah, see, I got excited.
Come back. Come back.
Yeah,
Mic check. Come back. Camera check. All right, guys, brace your eyes. Here he comes.
Let me rejoin.
But Daniel Jones, absolutely surprising. Not only Daniel Jones, but everybody. Tyler Warren coming out of nowhere, which is questionable. If you want to start him this week, you better keep up to date with that until early tomorrow afternoon. But the Indianapolis Colts, absolutely way surprising for me, man. Way surprising for me. Hey,
no.
there
you know, it may have broke something, but it's all right. It worked. It's all good. No, 100%, man. I'm eating my words. Daniel Jones, congratulations, man. Yeah. You look great. Keep it up. I'm on the bandwagon. Let's go Indy.
I'm not 100% sold on it. I'm not going to jump on that wagon. I'm not going to put both feet on it. I'm going to set my buttocks on it, and I'm going to ride down the bumpy road with it. But I'm not going to put both feet on there, and I'm not going to dive in Marshentime for this reason only. And because I mentioned it, Indianapolis, they're not known for this. They're not known for out of anywhere. Not like a Kevin O'Connell, not like a Andy Reid, not like one of these programs that's just going to start winning because they got a good program and make a good quarterback out of nothing. No, I don't know what the hell's going on here, and I'm going to keep my buttocks on the edge of that trailer and ride it down this bumpy road.
It's okay, man, because you know what? I respect it. But listen, I got to be the first one to eat my words, so I'm going with him. I'm riding. I'm riding with it, man. I'm riding.
Ride with it. You have to. You picked up Daniel Jones, and you know what? Yeah. I can't say that because I picked him up in my other league. So I've got him backing up Tua. So
I mean, he's backing up Patrick Mahomes for me. So let's be honest. I'm not taking Mahomes out yet.
You're probably never going to start him anyway.
I probably won't.
For a
but you know what? I got him on the bench if I need him.
And you're going to see what he's made of. So I mean, that's pretty much what I'm going to do.
I mean, listen, we got a bye week. Mahomes has one bye week. Maybe he'll be my shining star and, my knight in shining armor.
He's having an average of, 29 points in his first.
Yeah, he's the second highest quarterback in fantasy right now.
Yeah, so, I mean, he can't be doing too bad so far. So he's worth holding on to and sitting on him, guys. If you can grab Daniel Jones, sit on him, I would. I am. Marshentime is.
Pretty much. I mean, I'm going to the whole time. I ain't letting
it's just amazing, man. It's amazing to watch a team like this come from out of nowhere. I just don't believe it. I mean, now let me ask you this. If you're the owners, Jim Irsay's daughter is taking over the program, and he's got 3 daughters, and they're very tech savvy. They're financially savvy. They've got their hands. He's obviously taught his daughters how to be successful, and they know what they're doing. That might have something to do with what's going on behind the scenes that we don't know about. But let me ask you this. Do you think Anthony Richardson would be on the market for another team?
Probably not yet. Probably not soon. Quite yet. Yeah, I'd give it a couple weeks. I mean, if Daniel Jones is still doing this in week 7 or 8, 100%. I don't see why you wouldn't get rid of him.
Right. Well, it was a legit question because I think it would be something they would bounce around and entertain. And I don't think they would pull the trigger on it just yet because they don't have a capable backup just in case he got hurt.
Yeah, that's another thing, too. I don't know who their third guy is. I mean, maybe they could trade for another backup. Maybe they could do something like that. Maybe get a backup in like a good high pick or something. Who knows? But I mean, Anthony Richardson does have a lot to develop. I mean, he's still younger than most of the quarterbacks out there now. He's younger than some of the rookie quarterbacks that are out there this year.
Yeah.
So I mean, he's got a lot of time to develop, and we'll see what happens. I mean, we've seen players go away, go to different teams, and become spectacular. We've seen it multiple times. You never know what could happen, man. I'm ready to
You,
see it.
you, you don't, Marshentime, and that's the beauty about football. Not only that, football, baseball. We'll get into baseball here in a
Mm-hmm.
minute because you and I are both in heated World Series battles.
We are.
Congratulations,
We are.
Marshentime, by the way. But that's what great ones do, especially on 863 Sports Buzz. I
We
mean,
are. I think I'm
that's
losing,
just
but I think you're winning at least. So,
yeah, by at
my
least
guy,
100. But I'm not going to start
dude,
bragging because yesterday my guys
my guy
bombed.
is killing me. He's
My
had
guys.
two complete games this week. Two complete games.
Oh
How often
my
does that
God!
happen, Donnie Mac? He's had
Wow!
two complete games against me. I'm like, this is
In one week?
insane. In one
Wow!
week, and
That's harsh, man.
I'm still only down by 15. So you know what? I'm
That's not
happy with
bad.
it. I'm happy.
That's
I'm
not
happy.
bad. That's not
I'm
bad. You know
accepting it,
what?
man.
You know what? You got a
So
whole another week to even
I
catch up,
do.
and
I
you
do.
sustain two complete games. That's pretty cool. That's
Dude, I mean,
pretty cool.
I'm telling you, man, and his batters have been going off. I mean, he's getting seven. He's getting 7 or 8 points from everybody. I'm just like,
Jeez,
man,
oh
I'm trying
my.
to stay alive. I mean, I'm trying, but you know what? 15 points. I can make the comeback this week. I feel it. My pitchers are going to do better this week.
I
Because we
just
seen
hit.
Mizorowski do absolutely garbage last
Oh
outing.
man,
I
the
was so
guy I'm
mad. Paul
playing.
Skeens got -1. I was like,
Yep,
this ain't gonna
that
happen
was
next
my
time.
guy. I got Paulie. I got Paulie. That's why I said a
No,
couple of
no.
my guys had voted on me. I got Paulie. The guy I'm playing's got Mizorowski though, so that helped me out a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't have
Yeah.
him.
Well, I have Mizorowski and Paul Skeens. So put that together.
uh, you're 15 points behind. That's not bad. That's not.
Yeah.
I will say that. I will say that.
Yeah. Two
Especially in the
complete
World
games.
Series
I'm
with a
so
week
frustrated
left.
with that. I haven't. How many complete games have been thrown this year?
I think six altogether.
Yeah. Two of them have been this last week
Yeah,
against me.
yeah,
Come
yeah.
on, man. Give me a
I
break.
think six or maybe seven, and yeah, the other two's got to come with you. Yeah.
It's been
Ooh,
it's
that's
been
that's
it's
you know that's a barn burner, Marshall. You know what? I hope you climb back out on top. Stay on that waiver wire, man. Look at your
mm,
starters coming up,
look at
dude.
it every day, man, every morning.
Every morning, you got to do it. You got to do it like 2 o'clock in the morning. That's the best time.
I don't know if I'm waking up that early, but I'm gonna be honest. If he wants it that bad, he can
Well,
have it.
back to football, Marshall time. We're talking about football this week, Marshall time. You got all the matchups laid out behind you. You got a 1 point lead on Donnie Mack.
Got a 1 point lead, Donnie Mac. And you see it, we got
Man,
6 games up there, man. I picked the best games
six
this
of them.
week. Six
6 of them.
games this week. Donnie Mac, you want to start or you want me to start?
It doesn't matter. I'll start this one. I'll go with it.
Start it
Houston.
up, man. Houston, Jacksonville.
Houston, Jacksonville. I'm taking Houston by 4.
Houston by 4. Man, Donnie Mac coming out confident with it. Donnie
Coming
Mac,
out real confident because that defense, they have been doing their deal. That offense has been lacking. CJ Stroud has been lacking. And this is the defense that CJ Stroud has been looking for.
you know what, Donnie Mac, I think you're right. Jacksonville's defense, we've seen Jake Browning come in and absolutely shred them.
Yes, they did.
I don't see it happening. I see Nico Collins going over 100 yards. If you're doing any hard rock bets, I'm just saying, throw Nico Collins in there and throw Nico in for a touchdown.
Throw him in for a touchdown,
Throw him in for a
Marshall said.
touchdown. Donnie Mac, then we go to Cincinnati. We go Minnesota, buddy.
Minnesota.
Listen, man, I respect your pick. I know you're picking Cincinnati. But Donnie Mac, I'm taking the experience and Carson Wentz and Justin Jefferson, baby. Give me Jay Jettas just in time for a win.
Just in time, not so fast. Cincinnati rolling into Minnesota. I agree with you. Kevin O'Connell is a great offensive coordinator. He's a great offensive minded coach. And there's no way Cincinnati's going in there and beating Minnesota. There's no freaking way in the world that Cincinnati can go in there and beat Minnesota. You heard what I said. Minnesota will win this game handily. Jake
All right.
Browning will be embarrassed by the first half,
So
and then he'll have
now
it.
you're taking
He'll
back
have it.
your before. So I convinced you, huh?
No, there's no convincing. There's no convincing. No convincing. I love Jake Browning. I think Jake Browning will throw for the most yards of any quarterback that starts this week, but he will have the most turnovers also.
Ooh, okay. I like it. Donnie Mac, we're going Pittsburgh, New England.
Man, this is a tricky one, Marshentime, and I do
And New
not like
England.
it. I do not like it. And if Pittsburgh cannot win this one, and their defense cannot stop New England, they are considered trash. Okay. So I'm going with New England in this one because I think Pittsburgh is freaking trash. 100% trash. That defense is nowhere close to what they need to be. What they did in week one was all a fluke. I mean, everybody had the energy. Mike Vrabel will put this defense in the ground. He will methodically move the ball and prove why he is the head coach of the New England Patriots.
You know, Donnie Mac, that was like my upset. I was confident. I figured you were definitely taking Pittsburgh. Now I
No,
kind of feel
no,
disappointed because
no,
I'm taking New England with you.
no.
I like
Don't
Vrabel.
do
I
it.
think Vrabel has finally got something going. Drake May looked like a true quarterback against the Dolphins last
Yes, he
week.
did.
I mean, he made good decisions. He made great throws. I mean, he made some really good throws even against the tight coverage against in the Dolphins. I mean, I was like, well, you can't really do anything about that one. So
He's the real
listen.
deal.
And let's be honest. I hate Aaron Rodgers, so we're moving on.
Los Angeles Rams at the Philadelphia Eagles, Marshentime. Who you got? Where you go with this one?
Oh gosh, this is going to be one of those sneaky kind of games where the Rams defense is going to hold Saquon Barkley back a little bit. I think Saquon's not going to get as good as he usually does. But I think there's just too many weapons on Philadelphia. I think, with
Ooh.
AJ Brown not being silent the last couple of weeks, Devontae Smith being
Oh.
a little bit more silent, Dallas Goddard coming in. I mean, dude, they have so many weapons. I'm taking Philadelphia. I can't. I love the Rams defense because I always preach defense wins championships. But how
Philly's
do
got
you
a good
argue with this
defense.
reigning Super Bowl champions Philadelphia Eagles?
Hey, you're looking at and arguably the best two teams in the NFC right now. Los Angeles Rams at 2-0,
No,
Philadelphia Eagles at 2-0.
no, that's not here, man.
Arguably,
The Green Bay.
I said arguably,
I gotta put Green Bay as
arguably,
number one right now.
but Green Bay's not proven. The Rams are. I
Ooh,
mean,
they're not proven though.
the
They've beaten two of the top teams in the NFC.
but you're talking about two games. That's a far
Mm,
stretch from the history of this team and the people that the Raiders got
but
on this team. And the Super Bowl team still got Sean McVay, everything. I'm going against you with this one here. I'm going with the Los Angeles Rams and Matt
in
Stafford
Philadelphia.
in
Okay,
Philadelphia because
just want to
Matt
make sure.
Stafford went to school with his high school buddy, Clayton Kershaw, and was at the game last night, was celebrating with Clayton Kershaw and his celebratory retirement game at the field. This is all a good week for Matt Stafford. He's going to come into Philadelphia. That defense is going to play hellacious. Kyron Williams is going to surprise a lot of people this weekend. And Devontae Adams is going to break the bank in fantasy. 110 yards and two touchdowns.
Ooh, big break.
Big
Donnie
day.
Mac. I respect it, buddy. I love defense. And I love the Rams defense because they're so young, man. I think
Hey,
they're just
hold
going to
on.
be so
Hey,
good in a couple
listen,
years.
listen, listen, listen. You had your talk. Let's move on to the next game.
Whoa,
Your
whoa,
opinion
whoa!
no longer
I don't want to
matters.
hear none of your
Okay, you're
garbage, all
done.
right? I don't want to hear
You're
none of your
done.
crap.
You're done.
Because you know
Your
what?
opinion on that game. We already heard it. Okay, we can move
Listen.
on.
I
All
don't want to
right.
hear none of your garbage. Don't make me throw a flag at you, all right? Don't make me find my flags, all right?
Your opinion is
Don't
over, man.
don't make me
Next
throw an
game,
unsportsmanlike
Denver
flag on you, sir.
Chargers.
Where's it at? Where's it at?
You can't even find your flag, rep.
I see
What
my
kind of
red ones. I don't know
referee
where my
are
yellow
you?
ones
You're
are.
like half of the major league
Hang on. I'm
umpires
throwing the
these
red
days.
flag. That didn't even come on the camera. Ah. Flag, unsportsmanlike conduct on Donnie Mac. 10 yards.
The next 2 picks, I go first.
Oh, wait. There it is. Hang
there
on.
It is.
Yeah. Now we're going Denver. We're going Chargers, Donnie Mac. Will the Chargers finally charger it up?
You know what? Denver 1-1. Chargers 2-0 in this division right now. Chargers got the lead in this division. This is division implications right now. Denver, they look good now. Chargers look even better. Quinshon Johnson come out of nowhere. Keelan Allen picking up where he left off. Young rookie McCoglin. I mean, Omarion Hampton, Herbert, Harbaugh. This defense, man, what can you go wrong with this Chargers defense? Give me the Chargers and this game right here to win a close one.
Donnie Mac, I say defense wins championships. And defense will win a championship again. But you know what? This week, it's going to be offense because you said it, buddy. We got the old reliable Keenan Allen. You got Quinton Johnson finally catching balls and not dropping them. Finally not dropping them. Then you got Omarion Hampton and Najee. Najee's coming back, man. Look at him. He's doing some good runs in there.
You sound sour there about Quinton Johnson. Did you have him before?
Listen, man. I got him in my fantasy team now. I picked him up. I've never seen him before.
I do too.
I never had him before, but I'm excited. He's finally catching balls because he's dropped so many wide open touchdowns. I felt bad for Justin Herbert, man, because Justin Herbert, I think, can be a top 3 quarterback easily in this league.
I think he is.
He has the running ability, he has the accuracy, and he has the power. I love Justin Herbert, man.
I think he's a top quarterback right now.
You got Pat Surtain on the other side, man. You know, he's been a little bit silent this year. Number 1 quarterback, though.
He can only guard one guy.
And guess what? It's the other team off the offense that I got to worry about. I don't trust Bo Nix. Give me the Chargers.
You're going with the Chargers too, huh? You're charging.
I got him, man. You know, I can't. I don't trust them.
You know, we're on this game. We're on this team. We're on this subject, and let's talk about the team of the Chargers. Do you think Harbaugh is capable enough to coming into this program, Marshentime, and stop the charging in the playoffs? Do you think he's capable of doing that?
Listen, last
year
think
he's
kind of seen a little
coach?
bit of it. You've seen a little bit. They were kind of getting better and better. This year, I think, is going to be a big difference. I really, truly do. I think they've, last year Harbaugh tried to just run it down everybody's throat.
Yes, he did.
And I was respecting that, but here's the problem. You got Justin freaking Herbert right there, man. And he's finally proven it. Lads finally showed out. Johnson's finally showing up. And guess what? They brought in old reliable and Keenan Allen. You know who Justin Herbert looks for on that 3rd and 7.
Yes, he does.
It's Keenan Allen, baby. I love Keenan Allen,
yes,
man. I'm a lover of Keenan Allen. This guy has been one of the most underrated receivers for so many years. And me and you keep saying it. He's won his fantasy games. And listen, every chance 100%. I get, I'm taking Keenan Allen in my fantasy league. Calling it now.
So you're saying he can stop the charging?
He's stopping the charging. This year, they're making a playoff run. I'm calling it now. They're making a playoff run.
There you go, Marshentime. That's what I like. Right there. Live on 863.
I'm not saying they're winning a Super Bowl, though. I'm just saying they're making a playoff run.
Here.
Clarify this.
On the 20th, on Saturday night at 7:21, Marshentime.
Just clarifying this.
The charging stops.
Let's get in. Let's go this way. All right. We got the last game. We got Monday Night Football, and this is a true Monday night game, Donnie Mac.
This is a good one.
You're talking Detroit. You're talking Baltimore. You're talking both teams 1-1, Donnie Mac.
1-1. 1-1 Marshentime.
Detroit, though. Did you see what they did last week?
Yeah, did you see what they did the week before?
I did. But that's because I think Green Bay's that good. I keep saying it. I think Green Bay is that good.
That's confusing.
Amon-Ra St. Brown went for 169 yards and 3 touchdowns, Donnie Mac. 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, that he did.
He's not doing that this week. Baltimore's defense is going to step it up. Baltimore's defense is going to put pressure on Jared Goff. But you know what? Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry has fumbled in 2 straight games. You know when the last time he did that was? You know when the last time he did that was?
His rookie year.
Never. He's never done it, Donnie Mac. He's never fumbled back-to-back games, and he is not fumbling
So
this
that
game.
means he could
I
fumble
guarantee it.
this game.
He's not fumbling this game. I guarantee it. This guy is going to go off. He's going to have a big game. But guess what? It's going to be a high-scoring game. It's going to come down to the final drive, and it's going to come down to the leg of a kicker, and it's going to be the replacement of Justin Tucker. And guess what? He's going to miss it. Give me Detroit and a barn burner. I'm telling you right now, Detroit's going to win this game on a missed field goal from Baltimore. I got to pump it up, man. You know what I mean? I got to feel good about it.
Gotta pump it up, bro. Sorry. I gotta pump it up, too.
I don't know what I want you pumping up. I'm just saying, man. I'll be
No,
doing
my
Austin
lighting
Power
was...
stuff over there.
My lighting was dying on me. You know what? Marshentime, you know, that's a bold statement going with Detroit on the road in Baltimore. You know, and that's an underdog pick, and I'll tell you this. I do believe that Green Bay is that good. I'll agree with you there. I'll dogfight with you until the end. Green Bay is that freaking good, and their offense, when they get that much better, they're going to be a reckon to deal with in the NFC. And they showed that against Detroit. They absolutely pummeled them. On the other hand,
100%.
Baltimore played one of the AFC's greatest teams, and they lost to them in a barn burner by 3, over 40-some points scored. Baltimore can put up points on anybody. Anybody. Problem is slowing that somebody down. Can Detroit's offense be good enough to stay up with Baltimore's offense? I don't think so. I'm taking Baltimore in this one by a score of 30-17.
Baltimore, Detroit is our second. And, you know, I had to be different, Donnie Mac. You know, I had to be different. Although we're not pumping up anything. We don't want to talk about it. You know, we're pumping up the game, baby. We're pumping up the games here. We're having fun, Donnie Mac. Listen, no, you know, I agree with you on how it's going to be tough for Detroit to go in there. I think Baltimore needs to rely a little bit more on Derrick Henry, though. I know he's fumbled back-to-back games, but it's King Henry.
I think he had 10 carries last week.
Yeah, that's there's insane, no. Man. He had two
I understand.
Points. 2 fantasy points.
Don't tell me, dude.
Who said that?
Me, I know.
Like, come on. You got to be kidding me. I'm sorry, man.
Believe me, I know. He killed me, dude. And listen,
that hurts.
Every time, I understand what they did, though. And when you look at that game, Baltimore playing Cleveland, Cleveland stops the run. That's what they do. Yeah. They're good at it. They got Myles Garrett. They get after quarterback. And the first thing he does is stop the run. So every time that red zone, and, you know, I have Derrick Henry, and I'm playing against Lamar Jackson, and I'm playing against Baltimore's defense all at the same time. And every time red zone flashes, it's Lamar Jackson airing it out on another 30-yard bomb to somebody in the second half. Bomb, and no Derrick Henry. Nowhere in sight because they did not run him. They found the remedy to get past this and put the game out of reach, and they did it. That's what they did.
You know, and I want to say this about Lamar Jackson. He is probably the most underrated quarterback ever coming out of college. When he came out of college, he was the most underrated guy ever. You know, I think he was drafted like 2nd or 3rd round. Yeah, from Louisville.
Yep.
Listen, I respect this guy. He has done everything. He can throw the ball. I know what people say, oh, well, he can't throw the ball. All he can do is run. Don't challenge this guy anymore. He doesn't need to be any better. Don't do it. Stop challenging him.
Because he can throw.
Just stop it.
Yeah, he can throw. Just as sure as, you know, Peyton Manning and Destin Taxes.
Just stop it.
Just stop
it. If you say that, you haven't watched any of his games. I'm just saying right straight now. Just stop it.
So, Marshentime, you asked me that question. Who do you think Carson Wentz is going to be the best of the backup quarterbacks this week for football?
You know, I truly do. It's either going to be him or Marcus Mariota. I think Marcus Mariota could have a really big game, too, against the Raiders. You know, he's coming back against the Raiders. He's got a lot of good talent around him. He could have a great week because with Zach Ertz, you know, and Scary Terry and Debo, he could have a huge week. But, I mean, how can you not go with a guy who has won a Super Bowl, who has arguably the best receiver in the league, arguably a top 5 tight end in the league on your team, and has an offensive line who's really good, because Minnesota's offensive line is really good. They did lose Aaron Jones
Probably the
too. Aaron
best in
Jones
the
is out for
league.
4 weeks.
Probably,
But
yeah.
Mason's pretty good. I like Mason. I mean, we seen him last year in San Fran. He did really
He's been
well.
very good. Been very good. Alexander Mason, yeah. And another thing, when we're talking about football, last thing I want to point out when we're talking about football is Kansas City Chiefs. Marshentime. Are you
Mm.
worried about them?
I'm never worried about anybody with Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid.
There you go. There you go. You know what? That's 100% a fact, dude.
That's all I gotta
That's
say. I mean,
like I
that's
was saying with Peyton Manning. What I was referring to when it came to, when Peyton Manning was playing football, when it came to fantasy football, Peyton Manning, death and taxes. You could assure on those three things. You know what I mean?
yeah.
When it came to fantasy football, and the same thing with Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes. Everybody's pushing the panic button on them. No, no, not Andy Reid and not Patrick Mahomes. That is a
No.
mistake.
You gotta
Mistake.
think about this. They don't have Rasheed Rice. They don't have Xavier Worthy right now. They'll be back before the
Yeah.
end of the season, guys. They're all gonna be back.
They're not clicking.
And
Yeah,
when as soon
and,
as they
and
come back,
they got a couple
my
offensive line.
dang it, I just did it again.
Way to go, Marshentime. But they got a couple
Gotta
offensive
move my
line
camera.
issues too, man. They've got a couple offensive line things going on, and injuries, not really, or hobbled injuries, not really big time deals. But I mean, it shows. It shows. That's why they're playing sluggish. They're not moving the ball like they once was. But when Patrick Mahomes is present and Andy Reid's present, rest be assured, take it to the grave, take it to the bank.
I got I gotta move my camera next time.
Welcome back, Martian time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
hey. So
Chiefs
we
have a
talked.
losing season this year. Otto, you don't know football if you think that, buddy. I guarantee you the Chiefs will not. I guarantee you the Chiefs are still going to be fighting for that wild card at the very end of the game. And Travis Kelsey, yeah, he did lose them the one game. I feel like he did lose them the one game. I feel like he could have got the touchdown, and wouldn't have gotten an interception. The second game, I don't really agree with it. That they had a lot of issues.
Well, Travis Kelsey did drop a big game-winning touchdown there,
They
and
did
that
in the second
last
game.
one,
I agree.
yeah, that was a big deal. Kind of surprising to see from a player like him. But Otto, I can't really agree with you there. I don't think they have a. If they have a losing season, it's going to be a losing playoff wild card berth season. That's a losing
I just,
season for K.
I mean, true,
KC
true,
is a
true.
losing season is not winning the playoffs. Okay, they're going to get a wild card berth.
Listen, I'm ready for that though. Donnie Mac. Let's jump over some other sports, man. We've talked
Let's
NFL. We've
do it.
been in the NFL for a while. Where do you want to go, Donnie Mac? You want to go MLB or do you want to go WNBA? What do you want to do?
It doesn't matter either way you want to go, Martian time. We could talk WNBA, MLB right now. I mean, you got a lot of pennant race coming down to the last couple of weeks here, and Major League
100%.
Baseball. We're in the playoffs with
We are.
WNBA with the Aces. Aces going to see the Fever. We
Yep.
got Seattle's going to see who is it? Seattle's going to play Minnesota. The Minnesota Lynx, and Seattle's going to play
Phoenix is seeing
or Phoenix.
the
Phoenix.
Mercury,
Yeah, Phoenix.
Mercury and Lynx, and then the Aces and the Fever.
Alyssa Thomas, that's right. Alyssa Thomas, my
Yep.
girl, beat what you call it, and took it on down the
Yep.
line. So
Beat the Liberty,
that's
man.
going to be a good battle. Yeah, they beat the Liberty, and that was a big time. That was a big time deal because now Brianna Stewart's finally back for the Liberty. She scores the last 14 points of that game to
Yeah.
come down to the wire just to lose. You know what I mean? It's a big time deal. Big time for Phoenix because we knew Phoenix was a big deal. Okay, with
Yeah.
Alyssa Thomas, and she triple double, highest triple double, and I think the only triple double in WNBA playoffs history. She set another triple double record because she's got the most in WNBA history as it is right now. So there's a little bit of history happening right now in WNBA playoffs with them moving on. Who do you like in these playoffs, Marshall Time? Because
Listen, Donnie
I'll
Mac,
tell you
why you
right
said
now,
that? I have them up here, Donnie Mac. I have the matchups up here. I figured we throw in a little twist. We gotta call
throw a
we gotta
twist
call our
in there.
picks, man. We
Throw
gotta
it
call
in
it.
there, man.
We gotta call our picks, Donnie Mac. And you know what,
You got the
Donnie Mac,
Minnesota Lynx,
we're starting with the
Phoenix
Lynx and the Mercury,
Mercury.
buddy. And you know who I'm gonna pick, cause you know who I like the most, man. And it's been consistent all year long, consistent for the last couple years. and that is Navisha Collier, my friend. But she has so many weapons around her, I think. I mean, with Carrington and everything else, all these players around her, I think the Lynx are made to win the championship, and I'm taking the Lynx to go to the championship and to win the championship. They've been the best team all year. They played the Mercury 4 times this year. They beat them 3 out of 4. They're going to take the series, and they're sweeping it.
Oh, he says they're sweeping it. You
They're
haven't been on
sweeping it.
Collier's train for the
Sweeping
last
it.
couple of years because last year it was Asia Wilson and all Asia Wilson for you.
Yeah.
But I will agree with you that Minnesota has been the best team. The only reason that I think that Nasvia Collier does not win the MVP this year is because her game's missed. If she was playing in the NBA, she would not be eligible for the MVP this year. I think that's going to hurt her in this one, but I think she is the true MVP. Even though Alyssa Thomas, you know how big of a believer I am in this girl,
Yeah.
Mercury, and her triple double, she's big time deal in a 3 game set. It will not be a sweep. This will go the distance, but the Minnesota Lynx will win the series.
All right, Donnie
And let's
Mac.
face it, the Mercury just barely got past New York.
They did. I mean, they
Barely
did.
got past
They
New
really
York.
did. And
I
now
mean,
you're
that's
going
what
on.
I keep hanging up. I keep hanging up on that in the back of my mind. They barely got past an injured New York. That's what
Yeah,
I keep thinking about.
and listen, Minnesota was the only team to sweep in the first round. You know, they beat the Golden State Valkyries. They beat them 2-0. Everybody else went to the full distance to 3 games. Phoenix beat the Liberty by 2-1. You know, the Aces beat the Seattle Storm by 2-1. Which
Yep.
we got to talk about the final game, man, because that buzzer beat her shot and the lights go out, Donnie Mac. How do you think about that? What do you think about? Like,
Hey, that
what do you say to
that's
that?
that's not no coincidence there. When I'm
I
looking
don't
at
think it
that,
is
that's
either.
somebody not wanting their team to lose, and that's exactly what happened right there. That's it. Their team lost, and you know what, Marshentime, that's kind of weird. WNBA, I kind of lost interest halfway through the season because of this type of thing right here, because of the notorious fouls and stuff that they're letting go, all the flagrant stuff that you
Mm.
know what I mean. It's kind of getting on my nerves. I don't like it. That's not true basketball. And this is another reason why right here. WNBA gets on my nerves because of that reason right there. Allowing something like that to happen. You would never seen, and you have never seen over the course of 100 years in the NBA, that happening.
I mean, we did see it at the Super Bowl, though.
You did, but that was a citywide problem.
True.
That
That
was
is true.
not
That is true.
somebody cutting off the lights in the stadium because when you look at that video, somebody cut off the lights in the stadium, the
They
main
did.
lights because the rest of the lights were still on. That's the thing behind it. If you want to cut off all the power, if you want to make it look
True.
realistic, not just one light, you know what I mean?
So who are you taking then, Donnie Mac? Are you taking the Aces who
Uh,
got the lights cut out on them, or are you taking the Fever?
Well, the Fever got lucky. First of all, they struggled with
Ooh,
the Mystics, the Washington Mystics,
the
and
Dream. They played the Dream.
runner up, or who
The Atlanta Dream.
for the Atlanta Dream. My bad.
It's okay, buddy. I
What?
got you.
Yeah,
I don't know where you got the
Washington
Mystics
never
from. They
got
were
it.
like the worst team in the league.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm still thinking about the rookie on their team is what I'm thinking about. But they struggled to get past them. First of all, they got blown out in the first game. They barely won the second game, and they barely won the third game to make it through that series. The Aces, on the other hand, they single-handedly got the best player, and that's all they need is Asia Wilson. Asia Wilson is single-handedly going to dominate this series. I do believe. You got Sophia Cunningham's hurt for the Fever. First of all,
Yep.
that's a leg down. You don't have a Caitlin Clark for the Fever. They've got a
Mm.
leg down. They've done good. They've gone good. They made a push this far, but the Aces, this will be the sweep of this series.
So you don't think Elia Boston can, keep anything down
I
on?
don't. I don't.
Mm.
I don't. No, I don't think it's going to happen. I really don't.
Donnie Mack.
I
I
love
mean,
Aaliyah Boston. I
I
really love
do
her.
too.
I love her, but it's not
Um,
going to happen.
but I have to agree with you, man. I mean, Asia Wilson's just she's still the best player in the WNBA. She's going to be the best
Mm.
player in the WNBA for years to come. She's like Michael Jordan, man. I'm telling you, she's the Michael Jordan of the WNBA.
And she is the defensive player of the year. She
Yeah,
just won it.
co defensive player of the year.
Yeah, co-defense, but she does have a defensive player of the year. Another one, her third one,
I'm with
by
you,
the way.
Donnie Mac.
Her
And
third one.
listen, I think the Fever really made it because Alicia Gray struggled so bad that last game. She looked
Yeah.
so bad. I don't know why, but Alicia Gray, is a really good player on the Atlanta Dream, and she couldn't hit anything. I mean, she missed multiple shots that I watched, and I mean, it was just shots that she normally would drill every time, and it was just she was missing them wildly. So
Yeah, and that happens in the playoffs when
it
sometimes
does.
when
It happens
the
sometimes.
pressure builds up. Most times, sometimes it happens like that. So if you got the Aces, you got the Minnesota Lynx in the championship, March time. And I will point this out. You mentioned that the Lynx swept the Valkyries, which was an expansion team.
Mm-hmm.
Best record by an expansion team in
Ever,
WNBA history.
100%.
Absolutely awesome.
Yep.
Comeback player of the year on that team and coach of the year for
Yep.
the Valkyries. Awesome season for the Valkyries. Love seeing that. And by the way, a little tidbit for everybody that loved WNBA. Valkyries call their home court, and they say it's so loud. This is why they were so good. Valhalla.
I
They
like
call
it.
it Valhalla Marshentime,
That's cool.
and Valhalla means in ancient Roman times, whatever Valhalla means,
That's
some
the
place that
Vikings, but it's okay, buddy.
yeah, whatever it was, it meant something like a place that's very difficult to breathe in.
Yep, Valhalla is supposed to be like the final piece of place that it's hard to do, it's hard to get to. So you know what?
Exactly.
I
There you
respect the
go.
Donnie Mac, but no, 100%. They put up one. I mean, they put up good fights. They covered the spread in game two. Game one, they barely missed covering the spread. The Lynx are just that good. I feel like the Lynx are really built to win championships, and that's like why I said I'm taking the Lynx to win the championship, 100%. The Lynx are going to win the championship for me by quite a bit. I think they're just going to dominate. I really do. I love Asia Wilson, but I don't think she can even stand with Collier. When Collier is healthy, I think she's just that person this year. I think she's got so many weapons around her, it just makes her better. And Asia Wilson doesn't have those players around her like she used to.
Hey, you know what? And they did. She lost a lot of players last year, and Alicia Gray was one of them. You mentioned
Mm-hmm.
her earlier. That was a big piece of this Aces team, how they went on big championship runs. I think here, when we're talking about Asia Wilson, she had a few injuries this year. You're talking about Nesvia Collier, had a few injuries this year. If they make it through both of these series healthy, that's going to be the question. When they come into this championship series and they're both healthy, this is going to be a hell of a matchup because you're talking about a three-time defensive player of the year against a two-time defensive player of the year, and arguably two of the best players that you've ever seen play in the WNBA, Martian time.
100%.
This is going to go the distance. This is going to go the distance. And given that health stays the same and true, I will stay with you with the Minnesota Lynx and Nasvia Collier winning the MVP in this championship, but they will do it at the end of the stretch. They will
End
go
of
the full stretch.
the full amount. 5 games, huh? I like it, Donnie Mac. I
Five games.
respect it, buddy. I respect it, Donnie Mac. You know I'm always excited for that, so I'm for it. And I'm ready to see it. I think it's going to be a great series between those two, and it's going to be a battle between those two. I really, truly do.
It
And I
is.
think,
It's
Collier
going to
just
be
has
one to
enough
watch,
around her.
man. Yeah. It's going to be one to watch, I'll tell you that. It's whether or not the supporting cast can be good enough for these two superstars.
That's a very, very good question, man. I'm very hesitant on both of them. But I feel like the Lynx have just shown that they can do it every game. It seems like. I feel like the Aces just, they've been they've lost more games. They've been more inconsistent. And listen, I think the Fever are going to give them a little bit more run than you think they are. So we'll see how it goes, though.
I really don't, man. I think the Fever are just too banged up, but that's just me.
They are banged up, so I can't say anything on that one either. Donnie
But
Mac,
March time, let's move on for
let's move on.
WNBA. Let's do this.
Let's do
Let's
some
talk
baseball,
about
baby.
Major League
It's
Baseball.
baseball time.
Hey, you've got nothing but National League teams that's clinched the playoffs so far, Martian time. What are your
True.
thoughts right now so far? You got the Phillies. They've locked
Yeah.
up.
Got Milwaukee.
They've
Got
locked up.
Chicago.
Milwaukee and
Has the
Chicago.
Dodgers
And
clinched?
that's
Have
it.
the Dodgers clinched?
Not yet. Not
Not yet.
yet. Dodgers have not clinched yet, and I think they might be eligible to clinch tonight. I'm not sure. It should be tonight. I think so because I think they're 4 or 5 games ahead of San Diego. Depends on what San Diego does tonight. It's going to be in the next 2 nights how it goes. So
No, it's crazy to me that the American League still has nobody clinched. That
nobody,
is
nobody.
absolutely bonkers
That's
to
what I
me,
was
man.
getting at when I brought that up. That's what I was getting at. Nobody in the American League. And when you look at the Phillies are what is their record? They're
92 and
92 and
62.
60,
Mm-hmm.
92 and 62. And your highest team in the American League is the Blue Jays at 89 and 65.
Yep.
I mean, that's not that big of a difference. It
No.
really isn't.
No, I mean, and the Cubs have already clinched with 88 and 66. So, I
In
mean,
88
yeah,
and
oh, the Dodgers have
66.
clinched. The Dodgers actually clinched. I see it on their thing. The
Did they
Dodgers
just
have
clinch?
officially clinched. Yep.
That must have been yesterday. They must have
Yep.
clinched yesterday, though.
So the Dodgers are officially clinched as well at 87 and 67. I mean, so technically, if the Blue Jays were in the East, they would have clinched. I mean, but
Oh, yeah. Oh,
it's
yeah, you're
crazy
right.
on
They
to me
did
that
clinch. It shows it.
Seattle and Houston's only one game apart. Detroit, Cleveland are only a game and a half apart. I mean, man, it's tight races. I mean, it is crazy on what's going on. I mean, who else you guys? You guys, Kansas City, who was 7 games out. Kansas City's pretty much probably eliminated. Let's be honest. The Royals are probably eliminated. It's probably down to Texas, Cleveland, Houston, Boston, and New York. Those are your pretty
Yeah,
much your 6 teams.
definitely.
Even Texas, I would say,
Ain't,
probably is eliminated.
and even crazy that you're throwing Boston into this category. Boston may not
Mm-hmm.
make the playoffs. They
Yeah.
may not make the playoffs. That's
No, I
crazy,
mean,
dude, that we're even talking about that right now.
yeah. I mean, listen, and then you go over to the National League, and you got the Cubs are pretty
Even the
much sealed
Mets.
in. San Diego's pretty much probably sealed in. The Mets though
The
they're a
Marlins
game
and
and a
the
half from
Braves are
Cincinnati.
not out of it.
No, the Marlins and Braves are. I
Yeah.
mean, the Braves are probably out of it. They're 8
They're
games
not
back,
out of it, right?
but that's 8 games. I
Reds
mean,
and the
that's
Cardinals are
they'd have
not
to
out
win
of
every
it.
game. The Marlins have a little bit better chance of 5.5. The Cardinals aren't
But they're
out. The
still
Giants
open.
aren't out.
There's
The
still a
Diamondbacks
chance.
aren't out. The
This
Reds
is
aren't out.
baseball.
That's crazy, man. Like you just keep going. I mean, there's Pittsburgh, Washington, and Colorado are the ones that are eliminated. I mean, Colorado had one of the worst seasons ever, ever.
Oh man. Like would you rank last year the Chicago White Sox or this year's Colorado Rockies as being the worst teams? Because last year's
Oh
Chicago
God,
White Sox was freaking horrible, dude.
I don't
They
know.
were like they were just I mean, even though Colorado set all these records for how bad they were this year, the White Sox did the same thing last year.
But their run differential is minus 403, Donnie Mac.
What was the White Sox
I
last
don't
year?
know, but
Let's
I don't
look
think it
that
was
up.
that
Look
bad. I gotta look
look
it up.
that
We'll
up.
look it up.
It had
We'll
to
look
be.
it up.
It had to be, dude. It had to be because they were so. They might have won 30 games last year. They might have won 30 games. I know how many has Colorado got right now. Rockies has won 42 games. I bet you the White Sox might have won 50 games last year. Mighty.
Hang on, I'm looking at it right now. We'll see. Let's see. The White Sox won 41 games.
Exactly. So
But hang
Colorado's
on,
already beat
their
them.
run differential was only minus 250.
But
Minus
look at
250
Colorado's
to
already won
minus
42 games.
400. That's a
But
150
Colorado's already
run
beat them.
differential. That's a
But
big run
Colorado's
differential.
already beat them.
By one game,
That's
Donnie
the different
Mac.
league, man. No,
I'm
the
sorry, I
record,
can't
the
do it,
record's
man.
worse.
I can't do it, man. I
The
mean,
record's worse, man.
that's
But
insane.
they've got 10 more games left of this season.
Hang on, runs
You're
scored
telling me
507,
Colorado
runs
can't win
allowed
one or two more?
813. Let's go down here to the Rockies. They've allowed 984 runs. All right,
It doesn't matter. They've won more games
984.
than White Sox, though.
Donnie
That's my
Mac, they've
point.
already
That's how
allowed
bad the White
almost
Sox were.
200 more runs than the White Sox did all last year.
Well, if you're going to look at it that way, look how many runs the National League
Oh
scored
my.
this year as a whole compared to last year. So
It looks about the
if
same.
you want to look
Honestly,
at it
everything
that
looks
way,
about the same on that. 815, 786, 751, 604, 747, 737, 600, 803. Yeah, they're about even. It's about even on the run score for both years.
but the
So, but
record's not. The record's
that's
not.
just
They're still
that's
worse than those.
so
I mean, they're still
bad,
better than the
man.
White Sox, right? The White
Oh,
Sox is still worse though.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Both teams were just abysmal. Let's just put it this way: like if you threw both teams in a game
I,
together, I think both of them lose. So I mean,
the winning percentage is 27%. 27%. That's crazy.
dude. I mean, if you throw those two teams against each other, I mean, they're both gonna find a way to lose. It's gonna be like somehow the box score is gonna say LL on both of them. Like it's not gonna be a W on either
Well, the
one.
White Sox weren't. To be fair, the White Sox weren't too much better this year. They're 58-96. They only got a 37% winning percentage this year.
And they still only given up 700 runs.
Well, I mean, 700 to 900. That's not too far off of it.
700 to 984. That's almost 1,000, Donnie Mac. It's almost 1,000. That's almost 300. That's 200, 283 more runs.
It's only
That's half of the
283.
Rockies' amount altogether the whole year.
But the White Sox has got what 16 more wins too.
Yeah, yeah. That's because
So,
they have minus 88 run differential instead of minus 403. I don't know if I've ever seen that big of a run differential. Like that's
I
crazy,
don't
man.
know,
I'm
but I
sorry.
think
Uh,
look up the
the
worst
Rockies'
record in
pitching has been
MLB
so
history.
bad all year. I don't think I'd take either one of them, to be honest. They're so bad. But here's the cool thing this year, Donnie Mac. So we talked about how many teams have already clinched in the National League. All right. There's only been 3 teams eliminated from the National League. There's only one team. There hasn't been a single team in the American League clinched. But there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's already 6 teams eliminated in the American League. That's kind of crazy
Already. Yeah.
Like that's insane
But
to me.
there's a lot of close knotted up races in the American League. Listen to this stat I
Yeah.
just looked up. The 1899 Cleveland Spiders have the worst overall record in MLB history with a 20-134 record at a
Yep.
13% winning percentage. While the 2024 Chicago White Sox hold the record for the worst single season performance in modern era, 1900 to present, finishing with 41-121 record. 25% winning record.
Mm.
And that's to date right now for last
Yeah.
year. But they're still going to be worse than Colorado this year.
I mean, but we talked about
But
it at the beginning of the
Cleveland,
year. We talked about the Rockies being worse than the Spiders. They had that bad of a record.
yeah, we did.
They had that bad of a record, Donnie Mac. They finally started coming on and they started actually winning games.
Early on in the year, you're 100% right. We talked about them having a worse record than those Spiders.
They were like
You're
7-50.
100% right.
Like it was bad.
It was freaking horrible. They was on a 30-game slide. You remember that?
It was yeah. I mean, it was like this. These guys are horrible. These guys should not be getting paid.
Man. He said not getting paid.
I mean, am I wrong?
So what is our playoff? What does our playoff picture look like now?
Well, I mean, right now we have in the National League it'd be the Cubs, the Padres, and the Mets as the wild cards, and then the Yankees, the Red Sox, and the Astros as the wild card in the American League.
Ooh.
Cleveland would miss out. Cleveland's only a game out though, so that can swap very easily. Let's see. Texas is 5 games out. I just don't see him coming back. Cincinnati's only a game and a half out from the Mets. That could very well swap. That wouldn't surprise me at all.
Yeah, the Mets are on the cusp
2.5.
with, as well as they've been Marshentime. They're surprising how well they fell off.
Yeah, I mean they're 4-6 in the last 10, man. Like I said, Cincinnati's 6-4. I mean, now I love looking back at the Marlins when they're 8-2 again. If we didn't have our 10-game losing streak, we would probably be in the wild card. So, But still, the Marlins have made a pretty big jump from last year, so I'm okay with it. I'll let it settle.
So right now, as it stands, the wild cards in the National League, we'd see San Diego and the Cubs, and we'd see
Mm-hmm.
the Dodgers and the Mets.
Yep, that's
And
exactly what
then
it
you
would be.
got Milwaukee and Philadelphia taking the number 1 and 2 seeds.
Mm-hmm.
That's if it ended right now and you didn't have to play the playoff in the wild card. But you'd have one in the American League at the Blue Jays, two going to the Detroit Tigers. You'd have Seattle and Boston Red
Well,
Sox squaring off, and
Detroit
you
and
have
Seattle would
New.
actually be tied right now. So actually, Seattle
Well,
would be ahead of Detroit a
Detroit's
half a
got the
game.
tiebreaker,
Yeah, but Seattle would technically be half a
but
game
Detroit's got
above
the.
Detroit because they only have 69 losses. Detroit
Well,
has 70.
but you can't finish with a half a game. You
Yeah, I
can't
mean,
finish
but you
with a
know, I
half a
mean, but
game.
you got to you'd have to give the Seattle winning that game, right?
Yeah, yeah, almost. So you'd swap
So
Detroit and
yeah,
Seattle.
Seattle.
So to be Detroit, Boston, the number 3 and 6 seed,
Yeah.
Seattle taking the number 2 seed, then you'd
Yep.
have Houston and New York squaring off. And you know what? To be honest with you, that's it. Houston. They've been plugging along, man. They went
Mm-hmm.
back and they got Carlos Correa Marshentime. That was a huge deal for them. Going back and getting Carlos Correa plug because they lost Jordan Alvarez when he rolled his ankle on the home plate there a couple of weeks ago, about a week ago. He rolled his ankle, so losing Jordan Alvarez is a big deal. But adding Correa at that trade deadline, getting him back from Minnesota, he's provided pop in that lineup, and they're maintaining pace.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're going to squeak in there. I think they're going to be good. And listen, whenever Houston squeaks in, it seems to be always a danger, man. So I'm kind of hesitant to say anything.
It
They may
is.
make a big run in the playoffs.
In Houston, you can never count out, especially when you
No.
got somebody like Dusty Baker at the helm. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
Dusty Baker is an experienced manager. He knows what he's doing. You got Jose Altuve. You got Carlos Correa. You got these experienced guys that has been there before. Like, they're not going to get these butterflies that these young rookies and these new guys to the playoffs are going to get. They've been there before, and they're not going to be surprised by that limelight. They know what to do.
So now, Donnie Mac, I asked you a long time if these were pretenders or contenders. And I asked you a couple teams. I asked you the Milwaukee Brewers, and you said pretenders.
Yep, sure
Are
did.
you going to stick with that? They're the number one team in
No, I'm
baseball
going to
right
eat
now.
my word. I don't think they're going to win the World Series, but I don't think they're pretenders neither. Their pitching alone has made them not pretenders. When you get a guy like Christian Yelich finally hitting the ball, this is a guy you paid a long time
Mm-hmm.
ago, and he's
Yep.
finally putting it together.
Came
You
from the
know what I
Marlins, of
mean?
course.
But
Yeah.
their pitching is Priester, Quintero. When these guys finally getting healthy and they're starting to pitch, they're starting pitching. Yeah, but I don't think that it's going to be enough for these playoffs that they're about to endure in and in the National League. The National League, I think, is where the World Series will come from.
Ooh, I like it. What team do you think is going to be the sneaky team in this year?
Sneaky team this year, honestly, I think is probably again um, going to come from the National League, and it's going to be the Padres. They're gonna get in
Ooh, I
there.
like it.
They're, and when they get in there, and if they happen to see the Dodgers, I think that's the squeaky team because they know how to beat the Dodgers. They don't like the Dodgers. The Dodgers don't like them. And if we see that in the playoffs, I like San Diego, but this could get nasty.
Ooh, I like it, Donnie Mac. I was thinking Boston in the American League. I think Boston could be
Oh,
that
ooh,
sneaky
that's a good
team
one.
this year, man. I really think Boston could be that sneaky team as long as they get in the playoffs. I think they could surprise some people and actually throw some people off and may make a deeper run than people think. I think their pitching is good enough. I think their hitting has
They
been
very
just
well
really
could.
turned around. Their coaching is good and their bullpen is good. I think they that team that can really put something if they can put it together at the perfect timing, like we talked about. It's all that matters.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. And you know, we talked about this last year going into the playoffs. It doesn't matter. The playoff tree was set. We talked
Yep.
about who had the momentum, what was going to happen,
We always talk
and
about
you
the
know
number
that
one teams
bye
go down.
week. But yeah, that
Always.
rest week and that rest, you know, and that
Hmm.
team that doesn't have that momentum and clicking going on, I think that's going to be a big deal, and that's why I like San Diego. I think they're going to be one of those teams, and if that team, we saw them all year. Look at that big comeback they made in that division that they're in. They made like a 10 or 13
True.
game comeback, like
Yeah.
real quick. They went on a 15-game winning streak, and because they were on fire, they had that momentum. If that happens in the playoffs, San Diego is going to be reckoned with.
I like it, man. Listen, of course, be careful of Seattle because they got the big
Oh yeah.
dumper. I like the big dumper, man.
Well, if they make it, hey,
I
and
think
we're
they're gonna
talking
make it.
about
They
the
got
big
they
dumper,
got a
Cal Raleigh.
98% chance of making it. I think they're gonna make it. I mean, I have a feeling they're gonna make
Eh,
it.
But they've got pitching too. They've got pitching
100%.
too. The only thing shaky about them is the back half of their bullpen, but they've
Yeah,
got pitching too. They've got really good pitching.
true. Listen, and when these games start, let's be honest, those pitchers are not holding back. They're not going to pitch these 5 or 6 inning games like
No,
they do in the regular season. They're going to pitch the full
they're
games.
going deep.
They're going 7, 8 all day long.
100%. 100% Marshentime. They're not going to hold back at all. It
Nope.
doesn't matter. I can't wait for these playoffs to kick off. You know, these pennant races have been fun. You know, just
They have.
watching these teams win. We watched Chicago Cubs clinch the other day, coming down to the wire. Just watching this unfold is going to be intriguing alone. But getting into this playoffs, we'll have this conversation again, Marshall time,
Yes,
and
sir. A
then
couple.
we will pick our playoff teams.
Yeah, I mean 100%. And listen, a team that I'm going to say that might squeak out, that might fall off, that people don't realize, the Detroit Tigers. Be careful, they're going to fall out of the
Tigers.
playoffs.
Yeah.
They're 2-8 in the
You
last
asked
10.
me.
The Cleveland Guardians are
Yeah.
9-1. They're coming back for them. Be careful of the Cleveland Guardians and the Detroit
Yeah.
Tigers. I'm telling
You
you now.
you asked me, that was one of those questions of the teams you asked me
I did.
if they
I don't
were
remember what I don't
fakers.
remember your answer on that one though.
And I called them fakers. I don't believe in Detroit. I just think they had a good year because of their pitching. They had a couple of good starters. Scooble, anybody that's got Scooble is going to have a hell of a year. But they had a resurgence of Baez, Javi Baez. They had a resurgence of a couple of hitters, and you know they had a good year. They're fakers, man. They are not for real, and they will get knocked out of these playoffs quick.
The pretenders go down. I got you. I understand, man. I see what you're saying.
Yep.
I respect it, Donnie Mac. Listen, I'm excited for baseball. Next week we'll have to do our, we'll have to do our playoff board. We'll do our playoff board. We'll do our thing. Have some fun with it. Talk some
We'll
crap.
definitely do that, man.
And of
Yeah.
course, I'll take the lead even more on this. So I'll be up probably 3-0 on you on that by then. But oh, I said that out loud. My
Wishful
bad.
thinking.
My bad. My bad. Listen, what else, Donnie
Wishful
Mac? What
thinking
else you
there,
want to talk
Marshall
about,
time.
buddy? What else you want to talk about?
Hey, much time for now. I think we can let our listeners get out of here and enjoy their weekend. We talked a little bit longer than we should have, I think.
Yeah, we had fun, man. Listen, college football, go Knowles, baby. Let's go. We win another one.
Yeah.
We're coming
Yeah,
back.
college
Coming
football.
back, baby.
The U. The U.
Okay.
Florida
No,
Gators
no. Get me out of
tonight.
here. Yeah. It's starting now. Get me out of here.
Who's winning that one, Marshall time?
Go Gators.
I take the
No,
U
I'm
minus
kidding.
30.
The
I give
Hurricanes
you
won
30.
this one.
I give you 30.
Hurricanes.
Until next week, guys, at 7:30 on Saturday night. That's Marshall time. I'm Donnie Mack. You just watched the Greatest Sports Fun podcast on Earth. 863 Sports.